Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of The Take. As you can see, we're in Connect Studios right here. We're not, doing our little own take screen for every week we does it because we want to, lay low and stuff like that. But thank you all for watching. Join in that conversation using the hashtag Take, as you know what the story we're talking about this week. And it's about Thanksgiving. And then what other place to talk about Thanksgiving than President Donald Trump? Because you saw the little ads that we sent out of President Trump with as a turkey and his head still stuck. Man, good stuff from our craft services department. Good services and stuff. Alright. Now we told you the outline that Donald Trump had a somewhat so good 2018. Hey, he still got, his party still has retained the Senate, but they lost the House, and then he got a bunch of governorships. So hey, Trump's feeling great about himself. Well, recently President Trump held a press conference, and on this press conference he just ripped everybody. He ripped even a CNN reporter and did this.
Thank you, Mr. President. I wanted to challenge you on one of the statements that you made in the tail end of the campaign in the midterms. That
here we go.
If you don't mind, Mr. President, that this caravan was an invasion. As you know, Mr. President,
I consider it to be an invasion.
As you know, Mr. President, the caravan was not an invasion. It's a group of migrants moving up from Central America towards the border with the U.S.
Thank you for telling me that. I appreciate it.
Why did you characterize it as such?
Because I consider it an invasion. You and I have a difference of opinion.
But do you think that you demonized immigrants in this election to try to keep?
I want them to come into the country, but they have to come in legally. They have to come in, Jim, through a process. I want it to be a process, and I want people to come in, and we need the people.
Your campaign.
Wait. You know why we need the people, don't you? Because we have hundreds of companies moving in. We need the people.
But your campaign had an ad showing migrants climbing over walls and so on.
Well, that's true. But they weren't actors.
They're not going to be doing that.
They weren't actors. Well, no, it's true. Do you think they were actors? They weren't actors. They didn't come from Hollywood. Right. These were people. This was an actual, it happened a few days ago. And
they're hundreds of miles away, though. They're hundreds and hundreds of miles away. That's not an invasion.
Honestly, I think you should let me run the country. You run CNN.
All right.
And if you did it well, your ratings would be much better.
If I may ask one other question, Mr. President. If I may ask one other question, are you worried?
That's enough. That's enough.
Mr. President, I was going to ask one of the other folks.
That's enough.
Pardon me, ma'am. Mr. President,
that's enough.
Mr. President, I had one other question, if I may ask, on the Russia investigation. Are you concerned that you may have?
I'm not concerned about anything with the Russian investigation because it's a hoax. That's enough. Put down the mic.
Mr. President, are you worried about indictments coming down in this investigation?
Yep, Donald Trump did that, but a couple of days later, CNN had filed suit against Trump and won the suit over Trump and his administration. And it was even a person that Trump even appointed as the judge. And then the judge like, you can't do that, it's free press. Well, President Trump made an appearance on Fox News Sunday with Chris Wallace to explain why he hates the media to a point to the core. Take a look. You would think it would change his tone. It hasn't changed his tone. He still has a dislike to the media, and the media sort of like kind of have a dislike to him in a way, ask Don Lemon.
The media, I'm totally in favor of free press. It's got to be fair press. When it's fake.
But the president get to decide what's fair and what's not.
I can tell what's fair and not, and so can my people, and so can a lot of other people.
I understand that, but
when you do something very good and they write it badly, and this is consistently, when you As an example, rarely do they
Barack
talk
Obama
about...
whined about Fox News all the time, but he never said we were the enemy of the people.
Well, no, he didn't talk about the news. He didn't talk about anything. I'm only saying it very differently than anyone's ever said it before. I'm saying fake news, false reporting, dishonest reporting, of which there is a lot, and I know it. See, I know it because I'm a subject of it. A lot of people don't know it, but when I explain it to them, they understand it. And Chris, you know that better. You don't have to sit here and act like a perfect little, wonderful, innocent angel. I know you too well. I knew your father too well. That's not your gene. But let me tell you,
I think some of the coverage of you, sir, and I've said it on the record, is biased. But I don't think that
most of it is biased.
I don't know, but the idea that you call us the enemy of the people.
I'm not calling you that.
I'm talking about we're all together.
You don't understand it.
We're all together.
No. I'm not calling you.
It doesn't matter whether you call. When you call CNN and the New York Times, we're in solidarity, sir.
I am calling fake news. Fake reporting is what's tearing this country apart. Because people know, people like things that are happening, and they're not hearing about it.
Where do you rank yourself in the pantheon of great presidents? There's Lincoln and
Don Lemon and the rest of the CNN anchors, you know, hey, they just said gloves off. You want to play? Let's play. Gloves off. I bet Trump the same way. You want to play? Let's play. Well, Donald Trump's no stranger to good press nor bad press. It's just anything he loves to do to get attention, to spark attention, that's all he loves doing. But, well, he got some people that has attention for themselves, and they kind of went overboard. And speaking of a lady that went overboard with it, let's watch this.
Wow, what a moving evening this is. I am sitting here listening, watching, absorbing, thinking about Ali, even though I never met him. And with this kind of inspiration, I will go and take Trump out tonight.
Did you see Maxine Waters just said she will take Trump out tonight? I guess the president kind of felt like that was a threat to him, thinking that his livelihood was on the line. Hey, Maxine Waters just speaking the obvious to her constituents. Hey, that what you want me to do? Hey, if I had to stay and get these votes, that's what I'm going to do. But then you got to think about it too. Trump loves to make insults to any and everyone that gets in his way or stands in his way of his agenda and his own principles. Well, watch this this rally, and you will see what I'm talking about. Watch this.
Yesterday's visit to Pittsburgh was about coming together as a nation to comfort and to heal after this day of unity and togetherness. So many different charges. Guilty until proven innocent. That's very dangerous for our country. That's very dangerous for our country. And I have it myself all the time. But for me, it's like a part of the job description. Let it happen to me. Shouldn't happen to him. Shouldn't happen to him. What he's going through, 36 years ago, this happened. I had one beer, right? I had one beer. Well, do you think it was? Nope, it was one beer. Oh, good. How did you get home? I don't remember. How'd you get there? I don't remember. Where is the place? I don't remember. How many years ago was it? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. What neighborhood was it in? I don't know. Where's the house? I don't know. Upstairs, downstairs, where was it? I don't know. But I had one beer. That's the only thing I remember. And a man's life is in tatters. A man's life is shattered. His wife is shattered. His daughters, who are beautiful, incredible young kids. They destroy people. They want to destroy people. These are really evil people. And then you see the beautiful thing that's going on over the last few days in the Senate, when you see the anger
when you see people that are angry and mean and nasty and untruthful, when you look at releases and leaks and then they say, oh, I didn't do it, I didn't do it. Remember? Dianne Feinstein, did you leak? Remember her answer. Did you leak the document? What? No, no, I didn't leak. Well, wait 1 minute. Did we leak? No, no, we didn't leak it. I'll tell you what, that was really bad body language. Who knows? Maybe she didn't, but that was the worst body language I've ever seen. The entire nation has witnessed the shameless conduct of the Democrat Party. They're willing to throw away every standard of decency, justice, fairness, and due process to get their way. They don't care how they get it. You see it happening before your eyes. I think it's actually an incredible thing that's happening. And I just hope you don't sit home, because bad things will happen if you sit home. So now, the story will be, one wacko, the story will be tomorrow, a major protest greets Donald Trump in the great state of West Virginia. One person. He or she, I couldn't tell from the back. Let's say it was she, was very easy to get out, right? But this week, America also saw something else. On Thursday, the American people saw the brilliant and really incredible character, quality, and courage of our nominee for the United States Supreme Court, Judge Brett Kavanaugh. A vote to confirm Judge Kavanaugh is a vote to confirm one of the most accomplished legal minds of our time, a jurist with a sterling record of public service. You know, for 10 years, he's a young guy, but for 10 years they've been talking about him. Longer than that. I didn't know him, but I've heard about him a lot, because they were all saying he should be on the United States Supreme Court. That's why I put him up. And I will tell you, he has suffered the meanness, the anger. Now, West Virginia, they did a poll, just came out. Overall, total support for Judge Kavanaugh, 58%. Total opposed, 28%. So, it's 58%, 28% opposed. That's pretty good, right? I think that's good. That's West Virginia. Republican, 81% versus 8%, but that we expect. Wow. Women, 52% to 35%. That's not bad. Men, West Virginia, 65% to 21%. That's good, right? What? Hey, it's a poll.
Now the president trying to make noise, and make noise indeed with the way he thinks and the way he says it, and don't care, and he wants to get a reaction out of people. So reaction out of people meaning that, hey, if the president deem you and you say something bad about him, like this, about
Taylor Swift's jumping into politics. What do you have to say to her?
And what did she say?
She said she wants people to vote for Democrats.
Bill Bredesen over
And not Marsha Blackburn, especially.
You know, well, Marsha Blackburn is doing a very good job in Tennessee. She's leading now substantially, which she should. She's a tremendous woman. I'm sure Taylor Swift has nothing or doesn't know anything about her. And let's say...
Yes, he said about Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift made her choice, and he didn't like that one bit, and he just said the most nastiest things about Taylor Swift. That didn't stop there. Remember, recently he said that about when Michelle Obama released the book, and he kept trying to mention, he didn't talk about Michelle, he kept mentioning Barack Obama, his predecessor, about this.
Michelle Obama, sir. What do you say to Michelle Obama, who says she will never forgive you for your birther comments in the past?
Oh, Michelle Obama said that. I haven't seen it. I guess she wrote a book. She got paid a lot of money to write a book. And they always insist that you come up with controversial. Well, I'll give you a little controversy back. I'll never forgive him for what he did to our United States military. By not funding it properly, it was depleted. Everything was old and tired. And I came in and I had to fix it. And I'm in the process of spending tremendous amounts of money. So I'll never forgive him for what he did to our military. I'll never forgive him for what he did in many other ways, which I'll talk to you about in the future. What he did, because she talked about safety. What he did to our military made this country very unsafe for you and you and you.
Oh my God, this man throwing tit for tat, like he's playing tic-tac-toe. Alright, that didn't end there, as the president loves to make remarks even on former supporters that supported him and got him to the post line. Watch this remark he said about Jeff Sessions.
Jeff Sessions recused himself, which he shouldn't have done, or he should have told me. Even my enemies say that Jeff Sessions should have told you that he was going to recuse himself, and then you wouldn't have put him in. He took the job, and then he said, I'm going to recuse myself. I said, what kind of a man is this? And by the way, he was on the campaign. You know, the only reason I gave him the job, because I felt loyalty. He was an original supporter. He was on the campaign. He knows there was no collusion.
Sessions felt the brunt of the president. And then you see now Jeff Sessions is out of a job due to the president, and replaced him with his chief of staff. Man, I still think the president sometimes do fire people just for the hell of it. You know, sometimes look at this whole list of people he fired right here. Look at these faces, man. And some of these people just ain't got jobs no more. But they didn't even stop there, as people that was close to Trump, like Omarosa. Watch what he said about her.
President Trump is facing major blowback for trashing Omarosa as that dog.
The President of the United States just called a woman a dog in an official public statement.
Is it appropriate for the president to call a woman a dog?
The New York Times is calling the Trump tweet remarkably crude.
The president called you a dog. He has absolutely no respect for women, for African Americans.
The dog attack was the talk of the White House press briefing.
Is this any way for a president to talk about any American, let alone somebody that he hired?
I think the president is certainly voicing his frustration with the fact that this person has shown a complete lack of integrity.
And today, Omarosa released another tape from 2016 in which she and two other Trump...
Wow, that's a derogatory word to say, derogatory cold word, calling her a lowlife and a dog. Well, she was your lap dog for so many years, dog, that now you start kicking her off the porch, and then she started realizing, hey, I got to see for myself how this goes. Yeah. Even Trump even bashed this George Papadopoulos.
A Maltese professor, Joseph Missoud, who said he could help set up a meeting between Putin and Trump. So when you got back to D.C., who did you tell?
About setting up a meeting between Trump?
Yeah.
I mean, I told Trump himself,
right.
You know, and I told Jeff Sessions, I told the whole campaign,
right.
What Joseph Mifsud had told me, that
right.
Meaning, you know, he has a contact in Russia that could potentially host the summit between Trump and Putin.
Right.
So I just told the campaign at that infamous...
Yeah, Trump is not playing. He doesn't care. Either you're with him or you're against him. You got to figure out what you can't be in the middle. Either they feel one way or the other. they feel strongly about you. So hey, Trump's feel like that. All right, yeah, all right. All right. When we return, we're gonna have more of Donald Trump's most controversial turkey moments. Stay tuned. Welcome back to The Take. I'm your host, Kendrick Dix, for The Take presents Donald Trump's most controversial turkey moments here on Connect TV. Use that hashtag The Take here on Connect TV. Glad you're here. Join in that conversation. Tell us what you think. Leave, share, like, and comment. We love it when you leave, share, like, comment. Are you viewing? Thank you all for watching. You're viewing us, giving us high views. So, hey, you increase the number up. Well, we talking about President Trump. We talked about the beginning. Well, let's talk about now, as we did a collage of the most ignorant conversations you would ever imagine Donald Trump making of a president. Take a look.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am officially running for President of the United States, and we are going to make our country great again. When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you. They're sending people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists. Who's number one with Hispanics? Well, Trump.
Yes, you told us
Trump.
that earlier.
I love the Mexican people and their spirit, but the country of Mexico is killing us. I want to build a wall. I'm going to build a wall. I want to build the wall. We need the wall.
And Mexico will pay for the wall.
But we have some bad hombres here, and we're going to get them out.
And it's really weak to call John McCain a loser because he was a POW.
I never called him. No, I don't call
That
him
is
a-
outrageous. He's an American hero.
I don't like losers. But Frank, let me get to it. He hit me. He's not a war hero. He's a war hero. He's a war hero.
5.5 years.
He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured, okay? I hate to tell you. And then I watched this idiot Lindsey Graham on television today, and he calls me a jackass. He's a jackass. The man of the toupee. This is on the front page of the New York Times. I don't wear a toupee. I'll prove once and for all that it's mine, okay? Come. Is it mine? Look.
It is.
It is. Say it, please.
Yes, I believe it is.
Thank you. I have such respect for women. I cherish women.
You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account
Only
has
Rosie
several-
O'Donnell. I love the women that faint when I speak. Those are the ones that love me.
No, go ahead, Donald.
No, I'm a gentleman, Hillary. Go ahead. What I say is what I say. And honestly, Megan, if you don't like it, I'm sorry. I've been very nice to you, although I could probably maybe not be based on the way you have treated me, but I wouldn't do that.
You brag that you have sexually assaulted women. Do you understand that?
No, I didn't say that at all. I don't think you understood what was said. This was locker room talk. Every woman lied when they came forward to hurt my campaign. Believe me, she would not be my first choice, that I can tell you. You take a look at her words. You tell me what you think. I don't think so. I don't think so. All of these liars will be sued after the election is over. I'm going to take such good care of women's health care issues, you won't even believe it.
Do you believe in punishment for abortion? Yes or no, as a principle?
The answer is that there has to be some form of punishment.
For the woman?
Yeah, there has to be some form.
Such a nasty
Trust
fund.
I have tremendous respect for women.
Have you ever
and
done those
women
things?
Have respect for me. But I'm surging with women. I think Hillary would be a terrible president. Well, I think the only card she has is the woman's card. She's got nothing else going. And frankly, if Hillary Clinton were a man, I don't think she'd get 5% of the vote. She's a world-class liar. Just look at her pathetic email server statements.
She's crooked Hillary. Don't you understand that? This is one of the most crooked politicians in history. This is the legacy of Hillary Clinton. Death, destruction, terrorism, and weakness. She's the devil. Hillary Clinton is a bigot.
I was going to say something extremely rough to Hillary, to her family, and I said to myself, I can't do it. I just can't do it. If you look at Bill Clinton, far worse, minor words, and his was action. His was what he's done to women. There's never been anybody in the history of politics in this nation that's been so abusive to women.
It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
She has tremendous hate in her heart.
Wouldn't that be embarrassing to lose to crooked Hillary Clinton? That would be terrible.
Is there anybody you'd like to apologize to right now yourself?
No.
No?
I think I would probably get along very well with Putin. Russia, if you're listening, I hope you're able to find the 30,000 emails that are missing. Hillary likes to play tough with Russia. Putin looks at her and he laughs, okay? He laughs.
He'd rather have a puppet as president of the United
puppet,
States.
no puppet.
And it's pretty clear.
You're the puppet. I know nothing about Russia. Talking about Gitmo, right? Guantanamo Bay, which by the way, we are keeping open. And we're going to load it up with some bad dudes, believe me. We're going to load it up.
Would I approve waterboarding? You bet your ass I'd approve it. You bet your ass. In a heartbeat.
And I'd bring back a hell of a lot worse than waterboarding.
I want surveillance of certain mosques, okay? If that's okay.
Because they are recruiting by the thousands. They're leaving our country. And then when they come back, we take them back. Oh, come on back. Where were you? I was fighting for ISIS. Oh, come on back. Go home. Enjoy yourself.
I will absolutely take database on the people coming in from Syria if we can't stop it, but we're going to. I've made it known, if I win, they're going back.
ISIS is honoring President Obama. He is the founder of ISIS. He's the founder of ISIS, okay? He's the founder.
He founded ISIS. And I would say the co-founder would be crooked Hillary Clinton.
If you're on a sports team, most valuable player, MVP. You get the MVP award. ISIS will hand her the most valuable player award.
I thought I heard a little voice over there. Get him out. Take him out. Get him out of here.
Oh, throw him the hell out of here. Am I allowed to rip that whistle out of the mouth? I'd rip that.
Go home to mommy. I love the old days. You know what they used to do to guys like that when they were in a place like this? They'd be carried out on a stretcher, folks. I don't throw babies out, believe me. I love babies.
Actually, I was only kidding. You can get the baby out of here. They say, I have the most loyal people. Did you ever see that? Where I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay? It's like incredible. I always wanted to get the Purple Heart. This was much easier.
If I become president, we're all going to be saying Merry Christmas again. That I can tell you.
If you look at North Korea, this guy, he's like a maniac, okay? And you got to give him credit.
That's a famous Mussolini quote. You retweeted it. You like the quote? Did you know it was Mussolini?
It's okay to know it's Mussolini. Look, Mussolini was Mussolini. It's okay to. It's a very good quote. It's a very interesting quote.
I mean, I'm just talking about David Duke and the Ku Klux Klan here, but.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know David Duke. I don't believe I've ever met him. I'm pretty sure I didn't meet him, and I just don't know anything about him.
Do you plan to visit with the Pope when he comes into Philadelphia?
Well, the Pope believes in global warming. You do know that, right? Hey, in this room, it's so hot in here, maybe I'll start to believe it myself. This room is hot. Written by a nice reporter. Now the poor guy, you got to see this guy. Oh, I don't know what I said. I don't remember. He's going like, I don't remember. Oh, maybe that's what I said.
Whoever the hell brought this mic system, don't be the son of a bitch to put it in, I'll tell you. These people. No, this mic is terrible. Stupid mic keeps popping.
Nevada. And you know what I said? You know what I said? I said when I came out here, I said, nobody says it the other way. It has to be Nevada. He said I had small hands. Actually, I'm 6'3", not 6'2", but he said I had small hands. They're not small, are they? I never heard that one before. Donald Trump has small hands. So I said, small hands? These guys know. I hit a ball 280 yards. Stand up, my club champion, stand up. Do I hit the ball good? Do I hit it long? Is Trump strong? Huh?
He referred to my hands. If they're small, something else must be small. I guarantee you there's no problem. I guarantee it. All right. Okay.
I think we should take a drug test prior to the debate.
My mic was defective within the room. Did that explain the sniffles then?
Did you see where Biden wants to take me to the back of the barn? Me. He wants it. I'd love that. I'd love that. Mr. Tough Guy. So I spent a long time this morning on making my shoes so beautiful, so shiny. And then I walked through more dusty floors than I've ever seen in my life. Thank you, Anthony Weiner. It's a rigged system.
The system is totally rigged and broken.
This system is rigged. We're competing in a rigged election. This is a rigged election.
That you will absolutely accept the result of this election.
I will look at it at the time. I'm not looking at anything now. I'll look at it at the time.
Are you saying you're not prepared now to commit
to that principle? What I'm saying is that I will tell you at the time. I'll keep you in suspense.
I'll totally accept the results of this great and historic presidential election if I win. There's never been anything like this. So go and register. Make sure you get out and vote November 28th to be joined by the leaders of Cote d'Ivoire, Ethiopia, Ghana, Guinea, Nambia, Nigeria, Senegal, Uganda, and South Africa. Nambia's health system is increasingly self-sufficient. Death is a horror. But if you look at a real catastrophe like Katrina, and you look at the tremendous hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that died, and what is your death count as of this moment? 17?
16 certified.
16 people certified.
President.
Yes, the president said that he knew what he signed up for, but it hurts anyways. And it made me cry because I was very angry at the tone of his voice and how he said it. Like he couldn't remember my husband's name.
What you're calling the alt-left and white supremacists on the same moral plane.
I'm not putting anybody on a moral plane. What I'm saying is this. You had a group on one side and you had a group on the other, and they came at each other with clubs, and it was vicious and it was horrible. There was a group on this side, you can call them the left, you've just called them the left, that came violently attacking the other group. So you can say what you want, but that's the way it is.
Excuse me, to protest. Excuse me, they didn't put themselves down as you. And you had some very bad people in that group. But you also had people that were very fine people on both sides.
U.S. President Donald Trump, you know, making conversations about himself, for himself, on himself, to himself, of himself. The president just loves himself. He just loves controversy. He loves to get in your face, and he loves to tell it like it is. You know, that's what his supporters would say. But people opposed to him saying he's a bully, he's racist, he's a xenophobe, he doesn't know when to speak and when not to speak. He's not temperamental enough. So it's kind of like we don't know who's the real Donald Trump. Well, it's not for me to say. It's not for you at home to say. We'll just have to keep on finding out till the truth comes out. Well, that does it for The Take Presents Donald Trump Most Outrageous Moments. We're going to leave you with this video that someone did of Donald Trump singing Havana, Havana by Camila Cabello, but Donald Trump does his own little spin to it. We'll see you all and everyone out there. Happy Thanksgiving.